Now, one of the decisions you're going to have to make when going to buy an aquarium is whether to hood your aquarium or not to hood your aquarium. So the fashion these days are these open-topped aquariums. So such as this one, that one which has got its lights off, all these sorts of ones that are all open at the top. The old fashion was for hoods. So the hooded aquariums are all closed in and boxy, and in the 90s that was the thing. Now the disadvantage of a hood is that they're often very hard to access, so it's quite hard to get into the top of your aquarium. And though it's just a matter of pulling the hood off or opening the hood and opening the lids, it really isn't that difficult. It is definitely a deterrent, and anything that's a deterrent from having you service your aquarium or muck around with your aquarium is definitely a major disadvantage. Whereas let's say that a rock falls over, or you need to remove a dead fish, or you need to adjust a coral, or reroute a plant. It's just a matter of reach in, do what you got to do, and pull your hand out again. That very simple action and that very simple ability to access the aquarium unimpeded definitely makes an impact on how you tend to look after your tank. So the advantage of the open-topped aquariums is they look great, they look very stylish, slimmer line. The disadvantage of the open-topped aquariums is you don't want to keep fish like silver sharks or eels that are likely to jump out of the tank, because there's nothing to stop them from jumping out of the tank. The other disadvantage is if you're in a cold spot, you'll definitely lose heat out of the top of the tank, which is obviously an advantage if heat is an issue, because these tanks don't run anywhere near as hot as the enclosed tanks with the hoods. The other thing is the maintenance on the open-top tanks are far less than the maintenance on the hooded tanks, because the tanks with the hoods, it's a little dark, you can't see the hoods, but with the hoods you've got to open the hoods up, you've got lights in there to contend with, you've got to pull the lids out, you get salt creep and all that underneath the lids, and that all needs to be cleaned. So cleaning the lids and accessing the top of your tank definitely becomes a big issue, and it's something majorly extra you've got to do, which you do not need to do with the open tanks. It's pretty much hailing outside. It's quite hard to make videos when it's so noisy in here. Tin roof and hail. Wow, that's really raining. Oh well. So anyway, if you get a chance, put a comment at the bottom of this video. Would you prefer to have a open-topped aquarium and understand the disadvantages with retaining heat and potentially having the odd fish jump out? Funny enough, the fish hardly ever jump out though. It's very rare. I'm not going to say it never happens, but it's very, very, very rare that a fish actually jumps out. Or would you rather have a hooded tank? Do you like the look of the hood, and do you not mind the disadvantage of cleaning the lids and having to access the tank through the hood? Or do you like the security of knowing that your fish aren't going to jump out? Anyway, put a comment down the bottom of this video and tell us what you think. To hood or not to hood your tank?